So let me find this old stuff real quick. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. You have to click the green button.
Oh,
Hi, Caitlin.
Yeah.
the green button. There we go. Okay. See it now?
No.
That one?
Over on the left where it says screen share.
We got it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find this file real quick. Okay, it's on here. Okay, so you saw the calendar
Right.
that I was designing, and that was kind of like one of my main aspects that I wanted to include in the app. It would be like the first thing you see when you kind of like open it up and you get to the home view. It'll show you your calendar, which will have your history of all your workouts, right? So I haven't had too much time to like get into what we had talked about, like all the formatting and stuff since Thursday, but I tried to do what Olivia was doing and
Right.
try to figure out like, okay, what's it gonna look like? So you open it up and it'll have a calendar, a little menu up at the top maybe, and at the bottom there'll be actions. So you can click an action, say you want to train for that day. So I mean it'll already know what day it is, so you just hit the train button, and then it'll come over here. It'll say, okay, well it's this day, this time. You want to add an exercise, or do you want to generate a smart suggestion based on what you've done previously? So you can click add exercise, and then it'll say, okay, we'll select type. Do you want to warm up, cardio, weight training, yoga? So it's just a basic list. You pick the one you want. When you have it selected, it'll bring you to another like sub menu, which will say, okay, well, if you wanted cardio, what are you doing? Exercising or running, swimming, jogging, walking? So it really just the lists are figuring out like what you're doing, and then once you have that, it'll take you to a menu that's unique for the different exercises. So for example, if you're doing cardio, it'll have a timer, and you can start it, stop it. It'll tell you the calories you've burnt, and you can even set like the speed that you're going, or the average speed maybe. So I think that would help factor into the calculator part of it. So now, this one was just an example of if you're doing, like, this one was jogging, right? So this one's weightlifting, and instead of having a timer, it would have the weight, which you can change, the number of reps you're doing per set, and it'll say which set you're on, and then you can add or decrease weight. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's about as far as I got with those phone mock-ups.
Um, Caitlin, do you have any comments?
Not really. I mean, I think I get the general idea.
Do you want me to go over my proposal again, real
Did
quick?
you make any revisions since Thursday?
No, I haven't. Not on the proposal itself, but on my idea, yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I agree with what you were saying, and I want to take out the in the beginning I thought about including a like nutrition guide in there, like a basic nutrition thing where you could even like add the foods you
Right.
wanted to look at. So, but after talking to you about that, I agree with you. I think that's too much. I've always believed in simplifying and downsizing, and that's how all my ideas start off as really big ones. um,
Well, regarding what you proposed so far, I would think you're starting to create these sort of like you're just kind of working on screens, and it's sort of a user scenario, but I would be more precise in saying, okay, this is a user who's going out to take a 30-minute jog and wants to log it. What would that look like?
okay. Yeah.
Second user scenario, I'm gonna have the application pick a weight workout for me. What is that gonna look like? And some of those screens are gonna be kind of repetitive because they're gonna go through some of the same processes,
Right.
and that's fine. So just be very precise about what the user scenario is that you're mocking up,
Right.
so that
Yeah.
you're showing different options.
Yeah, and this doing what Olivia had done, I've taken from her idea to do the phone mock-ups with the just writing on it. It's actually really helped me kind of like put these things together. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'm going to do what you suggested, where I'll do a real scenario where we'll be specific and we'll see what it looks like to go from start to finish.
And try to pick 3 extremely different scenarios,
Okay.
as different as possible, so that you're going to see all aspects of the app.
Okay.
And then that's where you're going to encounter, oh, this is not going to work because of this reason or that reason. And I think it'll help. I think it's starting to look like something,
Yep.
So you keep wanting to jump ahead, but you still need to go back and take be more precise in your description about what the app is going to do. I think you need to spend time doing a competitive analysis, because that's going to affect how you lay out elements on the screen.
Yeah.
So try to step back and put yourself through that part, and then go back to your user scenarios.
Okay.
Because the visual part, the look and feel, you kind of already know what that's going to look like. You've kind of already branded this thing. So you just really need to fill in the beginning work.
Yeah, definitely. All the framework and that's that good stuff.
You kind of jumped from A to Z, and now you need to come back
Right.
and stuff in between.
Got it.
Got it?
Mhm.
It's looking good. It's coming along.
Thank you.
All right, Caitlin, I think Gypsy's trying to get on, but I'm going to go to you.
All right.
Unless you have anything to pass on to Matt.
Nope. Just like flowcharts and stuff like that, maybe. So I'm doing band mail, and
you don't have to go back through the proposal, because I think we all would know.
Okay.
Okay.
I got my competitive analysis done, and so I did the first one is Reverb Nation, and it's like an app, and like a website specifically for like bands, mostly where they just like keep in touch with their fans by just kind of being a dedicated place to like listen to music, tour dates, like photos, and they offer like a mailing system, but it's pretty much just if someone follows you, you can send a message to them, but it's like completely one-sided. So it's pretty much just like a mailing list, and that's about it. And then,
So it's like, have you ever heard of Constant Contact?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Have you ever heard of Constant Contact?
I've heard of it.
Yes. I just started working with it, and it's like, yours is different than that, but Constant Contact is similar to where it's just like this thing where you send out email blasts to a ton of people, and you can track and record all of that. So.
Right. This is the competition. This isn't what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
And so after Reverb Nation, it was Facebook pages. And the main thing with Facebook that I found to be like bad was that they do offer a messaging service, but most pages disable the option for fans to message the page. Also, there's like the notification system is just kind of a jumbled mess. It's just everything. It's not really organized. And so it's hard for artists to kind of sort through that. Plus, it's not just like notifications of comments and stuff like that. It's advertising, statistics and all of that. And then Twitter, they have a direct messaging system, but the main thing with that is the character limit, which is now a little bit better, but still not great. And then also, unless someone's like chosen otherwise, you have to follow each other to direct message each other. And so that's the competition. And I kind of came up with a logo and just kind of like a dark gray background, white text, and red accent. It's probably going to be my theme. And then I redid my flowcharts and wireframes. So they each have like there's a fan and then a band one. And And so kind of all this is the same, but for the fans, I realized like they didn't really need to post updates, so they just have the option to read updates from people they're following.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing I did was how they compose messages, and so there's going to be different message types, and that's going to make it easier for the band to be able to go through. And so, they'll have their inbox, and then they can compose a message. And when they compose a message, they get to choose what type of message it is. So if it's like appreciation, like genuine, like fan mail, there's that. There's special requests, like, I don't know, like song request or something like that. A lot of bands, when they're on the road, they're always asking for music suggestions. So it could be like, this is what I'm listening to, or hey, check out my band. And then another category. And this is mainly so like it'll be easier for bands to sort through everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so bands are going to have, they'll be able to post updates, which are going to be like status updates that everyone that's following can see them. And then when they go to their inbox, they'll be able to actually sort through messages. So if they like don't really want to deal with music suggestions or special requests, they just want to, see like appreciation. That's all they have to, if that's all they're in the mood for, then they can just do that and not have to sort through everything else. Or maybe they can like divide it up between band members or something like that. So the fan homepage just got rid of the option to post updates. They're going to have their inbox up here. And then, let's see, the band homepage, they'll have the option to update. It'll also say how many messages they have up here. But the band inbox is going to be, they can view all, appreciation, requests, and you'll be able to like slide through these because there'll be more categories, but those are just what I have right now. And then it's easy to see, which ones have been read and which ones have been replied to. So it just makes it easy for them to be able to like go through, and it's more organized than the other social media networks. And then the fan inbox, they're just going to have, view all and sent mail. And then whenever they compose a message, they're going to have, they'll just type in the band and it'll, populate if they're following them, and then subject, and then they just have a drop down of the message types. And that's what I've got right now.
Okay, do you guys have any comments for Caitlin?
I think it's a really innovative idea to have like different types of messages to send to people, because that would just be extremely useful. I've personally never used any like messaging service that offers that, and just by talking about it, I kind of wish that I had it. Make life easier, to say the least. So I think that's a really great idea. This is just the design part of me talking.
Mm-hmm.
But I would try to develop I noticed you had for the top, they were just labeled like the different sections for like whenever they would go in to check to see their like a request or a music suggestion or things like that.
Uh-huh.
I would try to do like a little icon or something for that, or just simplify it to be down to like as few letters as possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
All right, yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Caitlin, I think it's coming along really well. Can you go back to your flow chart? And I think that splitting out your flow chart really clarified things in your mind a bit.
Yeah.
I would just to make it really obvious what you're mocking up.
Uh-huh.
Just when you're on the band flow chart, gray out the fan box.
Okay.
And vice versa. So we know that you're telling us it's there, but you're not going to talk about it right now.
Okay, that's kind of why I just had the one line.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I get it. And then with your wireframes, now that you have them pretty much made, I'd like you to present them in terms of a user scenario. So all of this work that you've done is great, and you can still use all of that, but show us, okay, fan wants to send a music suggestion to a band.
Mm-hmm.
What does that process look like? And then sequence the wireframes in that order and show us how they would get from point A to point B to accomplish that task.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to have any problem doing it because I think you've pretty much mocked up everything there.
Mm-hmm.
And along the lines of what Matt was saying with your the header area in the messaging system, it feels a little bit jumbled up there. Just that little, where the logo and the search bar, and I don't. You might want to play with how that all. It just looks kind of cobbled together, sort of in a weird way, and just that very top of all of your wireframes.
I think once I'm actually designing it, I'll figure something out. But
yeah, you might want to work backwards, because you're gonna be working on the visual part too. So if you want to jump to that and then kind of come back and show in your wireframe how that's going to work, you could do it that way. But it just looks a little like the logo's squished up there, and you've got a search area that is as big as the logo. So
right.
The logo should have some kind of weight and dominance, so we know it's branded. The brand. And if I am checking messages, I guess I want to be able to go back to. I don't know if there's any other reason why I would want to.
I just figured the logo would be kind of the home page.
Okay. So I guess that's what's bothering me. It's just sort of the weight of everything in that box up there. That search bar is so huge compared to everything else, and it just feels weighed.
Okay.
Weirdly, but otherwise, I think you're in great shape.
All right. Cool.
Gypsy, you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
And this, Caitlin, you weren't there on Thursday, but the early time is for Gypsy.
Oh, I know. And then
So, if she wasn't here, we would have given her a lot of crap.
yeah, rightfully so. I'm just getting a lot of pinwheels to try to get actually. I'm on my other computer because the other one runs hot, and this one has an operating system that's so new, and my computer's older, so it's just pinwheeling like crazy. I'm trying to pull up my stuff for you. And I don't know why it takes so long to get me logged in on this one compared to the other one. Sorry about that.
Just let us know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm trying to pull this up. There we go. Okay. Let me see if I can make it big enough where you can see it. So I started tinkering around on the flowchart.
Okay.
I made a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do those next after the critique. After I work today and then the critique. Screen share. Let me get my screen up. Enter full screen. All right. Okay, so I just tinkered around in this little program real quick because I was trying to do it more for like app flowchart, but I'm kind of new to this, so you can tell me, Julia, what you think as far as like kind of the process. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you. So I think there'll be an intro login, kind of like that mock-up that I did that I showed, and then it'll take it to either the account login, which has one look, or or like if you're a new person, it'll go to setting up your account, and if you have an account, then it'll go into your account home. And so there's a processing for that, and then so here's where the sort of YouTube part would be, where they have the video and the audio. Then they can set a timer if they wanted to for feedback, and then the sharing application for it. And then this is sort of the library of songs or phrases that they've collected. And then this would be the playing and then the processing of that. So I'm not really 100% sure if we keep the flowcharts the way we've been doing them, or if we go into more of like showing how storage is happening. You'll have to tell me.
Not storage, but like tasks. So,
right.
For example, can you scroll down so we can see the very top?
Yeah.
Okay. Just going to do a screenshot of this. Can you release the screen for a second?
Sure. You want it bigger?
No, I'm good. Hold on a second. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Oh, you mean release mine. Okay, sorry. No, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Stop sharing. It stopped, but it's still showing mine. Oh, I got to get out of the full mode. Okay, I'm back.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So I just brought your screen thing, your screenshot into Illustrator just to show you real quick how I would do it.
Okay.
So your first screen is going to be like a login or register option, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need really like start and then intro login. I would keep it like at this level. Let me get a line on there. So you, based on what you decide to do, you may either be taken to go register.
Okay.
I'm just going to do boxes. I'm not going to do lines because that's going to take me too long. So let me just
I agree.
lock that. Okay. So then once you log in, then you are kind of on, let's call this like the main menu page.
Okay.
And on that page, let's imagine, I'm just guessing here, maybe you have an option to start a lesson. Maybe you have an option to share a video. Or what are some of the other tasks? And then maybe on the main menu, what we see commonly is we also, maybe you can just browse videos. Some of the main things. Once we get logged in, we need to be able to go to every feature that we've talked about.
Okay.
Browse videos. Okay.
So can that be in a hamburger menu as far as like those little things? But then when you log in, you sort of get like, okay, so it knows you, but then you have like the option to choose which pet you've registered. Let's say that you have more than one bird. So that gives you the option to, if you're looking at the screen, be able to tap that for that individual bird, but you have a hamburger menu for all these other options. Would that be feasible?
Well, think about this as a screen. Yes, what you're saying is correct. But think about this as a screen, and I'm just saying maybe on that screen, like when Caitlin's user logs in, the first thing that they see is their inbox.
Got it.
For you, it might be like, hey, Gypsy, do you want to continue on that lesson? Do you want to work with another animal? Do you want to... And that kind of is like your landing welcome things, or like, hey, Gypsy, you may be interested in some of these other videos because your friend Mike is also training his bird and made this hilarious video.
Okay.
So it kind of serves up content right there that would be in that screen.
Okay.
Now, what needs to be in the hamburger menu, I think you'll be able to tell when you kind of mock up all these tasks, when you figure out what all these different tasks are.
Yeah, I think so.
This user might be going to complete a registration, right?
Right.
Or they might be going to, you know, they don't even need, it bypasses login, goes right to the main menu. Now, let's say that this person decides to share a video.
Okay.
Okay, what would be maybe the next thing that they would encounter?
What option would they want to share it on? Are they going to share it on their YouTube channel, or are they going to share it on their Twitter account, or are they going to share it on their Facebook account if they're of age to have that, or are they going to share it within this app?
So yeah, the user has to pick. So then they get to a screen which facilitates reviewing videos, and they. Oh shoot! Sorry. They get to a screen where they are, this is the video sharing feature here.
Okay.
And they can select video to share, choose how to share it.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine it's a screen and you see all of your videos there, and then there may be icons for all of the different social media channels that you're linked to.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And then that makes me realize, okay, well, we somehow need to have some kind of a feature where we can control our settings and connect to new social media channels.
Right.
So I'm just going to put this kind of out here, like settings.
Okay.
In this area, users can connect to, or I can't type, to various social media channels. Okay, so you're just going to kind of like box up all of the different areas, you know, that you may go to. So you're not going to worry about processing or the database of things. That's kind of all stored behind the scenes. I would think more in terms of features and how you're going to get from one place to the next.
Okay.
So I may go into video sharing from here, where I went to my main menu and it reminds me, hey, Gypsy, you made some good videos recently. Do you want to share them? I may go via that route, but I also may go, I also may get there by a hamburger menu that's available at all times.
Okay.
And then we kind of, maybe over on the side, we're thinking, okay, our hamburger menu has to allow us to go to our settings. It has to allow us to go to video sharing. It has to allow us to go to, you know, all of the other things you come up with.
Yeah. So I like the idea of like a slider that slides to the right, where you get when you have like a lot of that type of stuff, where you can quick tap to those. Can it be a hamburger menu, but then when you hit the hamburger menu, it helps to slide you over, and then you intuitively after that know that you can slide it over and you don't hit the hamburger menu? I mean, I've seen that before. Is that possible?
You can design it however you want. I'm not asking you to code this. You can design it however you want. But what I would start with is figuring out what are all the different features that have to be there. And then when you kind of think about the features, I think you'll be able to visualize it more in your head. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. I just wasn't sure how much content needed to be in the flowchart, but now I see it really is about laying out all the features and just sort of the, like, how they're connected, and how they go back and forth, not so much the how the application itself is running. So, okay, got it. Different flowchart.
Do you want me to do a screenshot of this?
Yeah.
And send it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Thank you. And then I think that once I kind of lay that out, then when I do my when I work with this, then I'll come back and tweak it, right? Probably once I start.
Yes. It's really kind of iterative and cyclical. So as you're kind of building your user scenarios, you're like, oh, wait, that they have to be able to go do that. So let me go change my flowchart. That's going to just be a natural part of the process.
Okay.
So the more you have time to kind of think about this and work with it, the better this is going to be, because all of these pieces are going to change based on, you know, you working through things.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Okay. I'm just saving this as a PDF, and
that'll work.
If anybody else wants it too, I can email it to you. But before I forget, I will send it to Gypsy. Okay, you guys don't need to watch me do that. Do you have any, well, I don't want to forget Gypsy. Sorry, guys.
Thank you. You like my dungeon? I'm at the basement in the studio.
Good. Well, I'm glad it worked out and you were able to get in for this.
Yeah, me too.
Do any of you guys have any more questions? Are you feeling like you know what to do next?
No, I think that you going over the flowchart was really helpful. It's going to help me figure things out a lot, especially.
Oh, good.
Yeah, especially how just seeing how you could do, a menu box and then have the content in there. That's going to help me figure this out a lot easier instead of having to do 100 different boxes and have them all figure out how they go together. So.
Yeah, well, the wireframe, once you have the flow chart and you have the features, then that kind of dictates, okay, this user scenario is going to go through the path in this sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make those wireframes that reflect that pathway.
Got it. Awesome.
I can send it to you guys. Why don't I'll post it on the website under announcements or something like that, so everybody can grab it.
Cool.
If you want that piece.
Yep.
So our next critique, I was thinking Monday at 5 was a good time. I happen to have a meeting Monday at 5, so I suggested Monday at noon as an online critique. Because I know that Mel has trouble getting to these, and I know that Caitlin, your schedule is kind of off. You work during Thursday mornings. Is Monday at noon a good time for you to log in?
No, I'll be.
No.
I'll be working Monday, but I can log in. I'll just do my lunch break then.
Okay. Well, I know
I might not be able to be there the whole time though.
But I don't think it's going to be a long one anyway.
Okay.
Caitlin, if you have concerns about scheduling and getting into the last meetings, will you just let me know? Look at the schedule I've got posted on the syllabus, and let me know how we can what might work as a proposed time, because I want to help you get in the critiques you need.
Is there another Saturday one or something? Or is it just...
You have to look at the schedule,
Okay.
and I just updated it. It's at the bottom of syllabus in World Classroom. I could add next Saturday as well, but I'm not sure. I would have to look at it and see how many you need. And
I think I need one more after this one.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, let me know. I want to try to adjust, make this work for your schedule.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you later.
Thanks, everybody, for coming in early for me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.